Let's talk about the worst career advice for software engineers in 2025, and that is choosing whether you will continue working as a developer and growing there, or maybe transition into entrepreneurship and start building some software as a service or some sort of digital product and then sell these to online customers. This is a topic I see going on a lot on internet, especially about those who are preaching to start a software as a service or transition into entrepreneurship with your developer skills. So I wanted to give you like realistic expectations on what you can achieve with both. This is natural human's brain of way of working, which is instead of solving the next challenge that is in front of you, like maybe as a developer right now you're stagnating, you are not seeing much growth, maybe in terms of salary, like you're trying to reach to multi six figures and you are blocked because of some reasons like your technical skills or your soft skills. And instead of trying to solve the next roadblock, people usually tend to search for alternatives, thinking that the grass is maybe greener on the other side. Maybe with entrepreneurship you will be able to reach to six figures and more and like seven figures quicker than with the developer route. So that's what you usually start to think about when transitioning here, like you will make a lot of money so very fast. But if you'd like to know who's really making a lot of money out of this, these are the gurus that are preaching you to start a software as a service by following like their guides and stuff. And this is the way like they present to you usually, and how your expectations are, which is you will build something once, maybe a software in a couple of months, and then you will ship it and you will end up getting customers, many happy customers without any advertisement. No one will complain about your software, everything will be super clear, very good, and you will be making ton of money, like a lot of money, without doing anything ever again. Like you will build this once and that will be all. You want to know what the reality will look like? Well, you will spend at least 6 months building something that will be meaningful for the customers. Then you will ship this in hopes to get these customers that we talked about. What will end up happening? You will get literally 0 sales. You won't get even 1 sale if you just ship it out there and hope that someone will buy your product. That is because they don't show you the whole picture on how it looks like to build and ship products. They just show you this part, and this part is only this tiny box out of the whole system of building a business and selling a digital product. So if you want to know what really goes into this is, first of all, most of your time should go to generating traffic, because without like anyone knowing about your stuff exists, how they are going to buy something. What was the last time you went to some domain randomly, like saassoftware.com, and then you bought it instantly? You need to see a lot of traffic, advertisements on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, if you decide to do organic, or you have to spend time, you have to buy paid ads on Google, on Meta, on YouTube and other platforms. These are the 2 ways you will get the traffic to your landing page or some sort of sales page. And this is where you have to convince them to buy your product. So you have another part here, which is conversions, which is another big part. So you have to do either sales calls by yourself, or you have to have some sales page and sell something cheap without a sales call, or you have to do webinars, you have to do web scraping and reach out to businesses to sell your software to them. You have to do email advertisements, like either at least like 1 or 2 of these, which takes a lot of time, to be honest. And then at the last you have delivery, where you have like customer support as well. People are going to complain about your software, something is going to break, you have to fix it, you have to communicate when it will be fixed. You have a retention, which is if you're selling a software, it will be like a monthly subscription, right? So you have to retain them also. Otherwise, you have this thing called churn, where people are going to cancel your subscription after some time. You have to figure out what will be the best pricing by doing some split tests and selling different packages of your product. And then only here, this tiny part is about your product, which is what you do as a developer. Like this is what we like to do as developers, right? We like to build stuff from scratch or from some state and then ship new features, ship new bug fixes and stuff like that, or make it scalable. So that's why like the gurus that talk about this, you will hear them talk about only this part, which is you are going to build something and they know that you like it. So you are going to build something and then people are going to buy it immediately without any advertisement, without anything, or like they give you some small version of this, like you are going to just buy some meta ads and point them to directly your product, and then this is how people are going to buy your product, and then you don't have to do work ever again. But reality is, as you can see, like there is tons of stuff that goes into this. If you start managing all of these by yourself, you will be spending like countless of sleepless nights and doing all of this work by yourself until maybe one day you'll be able to scale it and hire some staff to help you with some of the parts, and then maybe get some funds raised from investors. But that takes a lot of time, like at least like 5 years until you'll become profitable. Whereas with development, you have it like right away coming into you, and you can at least achieve some like financial freedom so that you don't have to worry about the next paycheck until you start working on something big like this, because this will take you like 5 years. Sometimes might take less than that, but usually at the first 1 or 2 years it won't be profitable for sure. So if you're like right now as a developer making less than 6 figures, then at least focus on getting here. Like this is super easy compared to what you have to do as an entrepreneur to reach there. Then if you're like at senior level or mid to senior level, then you can focus on getting multi 6 figures at least. Like, have you achieved your full potential as a senior developer if you're already considering becoming entrepreneur? Because the full potential is like you can get to 500K, or some people even get to 1 million as a developer working with multiple companies. So that is where you have to start. That's the next logical step to solve before even you get here. And some people, to be honest, don't even want to get here. They would rather stay here as a senior, getting paid, they're getting the stability as a developer. Because if you're being honest, this middle part is where your lifestyle will be the best out of all. Because here you will have time freedom, you will have location freedom, and you will have financial freedom. So you'll be able to work from anywhere in the world, travel the world. You'll be able to be in control of your time, because other than the work you have to do for the company, you don't care much if something breaks in the middle of the night or something like that in the product. You usually have some shifts, right, with developers, like this week is someone taking care of the things that are happening during outside of the working hours. So you at least have some peace of mind without worrying about the customer support. And you'll also be able to reach financial freedom much faster than if you start like right away to become an entrepreneur, because this will take you a couple of years until it even becomes profitable, or maybe you just exit because it doesn't generate any money for the time you're putting in. Don't fall into this trap, I would say. Like, this is something maybe for the future until you reach some financial freedom, you have some 1 or 2 years runway saved up in your bank account so that you can start thinking about this. But until then, you should focus on solving the next step, next challenge in front of you, which is either crossing the 6 figures or increasing your salary, or if you're working in a on-site position, then transitioning into remote lifestyle so that you can also be in control of your time and location.